Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, and today we're going to be taking this Chevy Square Body out on the trails, but we're going to be doing it with a little bit of a different build to get there. Now, every single part that we put on this truck is going to be completely random, and there's no actual plan or direction for how this build is going to go. And then once the completely random build is complete, then we're going to take it on the trail, and we're going to see how far our randomized setup can go. So, without any more rambling on outside of the garage, let's jump in the garage and see what we can actually do once we go for a completely random setup. Now, let's see. We've got quite a few different engines here, and here's the thing. You scroll through all of these engines, and then you scroll back up, and that's as far as you can go. So, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to scroll up and down, and then we're going to select, and wherever it lands is wherever it lands, and we've got one. What did we get? Vanilla Spec V8? No! Oh, this is already off to a great start. This thing's going to be slow. All right, gearbox. We got quite a few. Oh, boy. All right, well, eyes are closed. This is going to be fun. And which one did we get? Tow and haul 10 speed. So vanilla spec V8, tow and haul 10 speed. This is going to be bad. Oh, God. And now we get to the suspension. This actually legitimately scares me because I don't know how this is actually going to go. I don't know which one we're going to end up on. I'm literally going up and down the list, and at this point, I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is going to say, oh, he's counted them, and he knows exactly which one is which. No, I have no idea which one is which. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hit A now. What did I get? Trail Runner Stage 1 40-inch tire spec. That's not a bad place to land. It's really not a bad place to land at all. Now, the tires. The tires, I'm probably just going to, start at the top, because, obviously I'm looking right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, I'm going to shut my eyes, and just to prove that they're actually shut, I'm going to do this, and, well, now the only problem with that is now I have to do it with one hand on the controller. Okay, alright, well, this is going to be delightful. I switched menus, didn't I? Alright, well, you're going to have to take my word for it that my eyes are closed, because I'm going to start scrolling down right now, and we'll see what we end up with in now. What did we get? 43-inch Redline Trepador Runner. Okay, well, that's great. This build is fine, except for the combination of the vanilla spec V8 and the tow and haul 10-speed. Winch-wise, we're not really going to pick anything else. Diff-lock-wise, we're good. So performance-wise, it's done, and it's not bad, minus the vanilla spec engine. Now, engine and exhaust, I'm not really going to worry too much about that. Chevy emblems, I'm not going to worry too much about. We could spend so much time in here randomizing all of this stuff, but I think the performance aspects of the truck are probably the most important. Now, we can also randomize the color, and I'm just going to, press literally a bunch of random combinations and hit A wherever I land, and maybe I should press A right about, I don't know, now. What did I get? All green everything. Alright, well that wasn't exactly what I expected to get, but I'll throw beans on the dash for good luck, and off we go. So basically what we have is a vanilla engine spec, tow and haul transmission, green square body with 43-inch tires. You know, I don't think it'll do all that bad, but I also don't think it'll do all that great. It's very odd, and actually, I mean, it's driving well, but the only reason why I think it's driving so well is solely because of the fact that we have so many gears, right? Even a vanilla spec engine is gonna do really well when you give it a ton of gears. I'm just a little concerned about how it's going to drive once the going gets a little slower paced and once we actually have to lean on the torque. Because the trail we've chosen for this is not exactly easy, and it's not exactly a walk in the park. It's actually really difficult, gnarly rock crawling. So once I make my way a little bit further on up the road, you guys will see where the trail starts on the right. Again, I cannot stress enough how much it makes a difference to have extra gears, even with the vanilla spec engine. Like, you would not think that this thing would be this fast with the vanilla spec engine. I've never used it with this engine, and I thought it was going to be ridiculously slow, but I'm actually happy to be this wrong. Like, normally I'm not happy to be very, very wrong, but, like, I'm very happy that I'm so wrong in this instance. And so far, I mean, keep in mind, the red line tires are doing a lot of the work here, but, I mean, I cannot be mad. I literally had my eyes closed for this entire build, and I cannot be mad. Now, granted, this thing is already a great truck right out of the gate. I mean, you're starting with an awesome base. You're starting with an awesome, like, starting point. But for this to be a completely randomized build and be doing this well and not holding back, not bogging down, not having any issues. I mean, again, I think the tires and the suspension, which ended up entirely there by chance, by the way. I think the tires and suspension are going a long way to giving this thing the performance that it has, but even then, I'm blown away by what it can do on the vanilla engine. The vanilla engine is actually just, I mean, it's just sitting there chugging along. We're leaning on the gearbox more than anything. I mean, bad line here, and it doesn't care. Like, literally, really, really, really bad line, and it's like, no, we're fine. We're good. Diff lock always being on helps with that tremendously, so do keep that in mind. It's not like, you know, it's not like we're doing all this with no diff lock or anything like that, but even if we did have to turn the diff lock on, we could, because we're just chilling in low range, and it has absolutely no issues just moving out under its own power, under its own torque, and just literally getting exactly to where it needs to be with basically no issues at all. And I love how this short wheelbase is like, this short wheelbase is really doing a great job for this. It's digging in where it needs to. And look at this. It's in automatic mode with the vanilla spec engine. Literally not even a care in the world. Just cruising up this trail. Up the rocks, up the hills. It's like, yep, I'm fine. Just absolute mountain goat in this thing. So good. Easy. God, I'm so blown away by how this is for a build that I picked just random crap for. This is literally just random crap that I threw on this truck, and it just absolutely doesn't care. It just freaking goes. Whoa. I mean, you can literally just stay in it. You can drive it like an absolute, like, blithering idiot, and it still does its job no problem at all. Let's see if I can leave it in automatic up this rocky climb. Possibly? Possibly? Not even possibly anymore. It ripped. It absolutely just ripped. God. I don't know, guys. This is way better than it should be for a build that was completely random. I mean, it is so much better than it freaking should be. And I'm like, is it weird that I'm moderately upset that this didn't turn out much worse? Like, part of me was hoping to get a combination that was really, really, really bad so that I could, you know, see how far we could go with it. But I feel like with this, we just took the element of you know, the element of how far can the vehicle go just out of the equation. And it's like, how far are you willing to drive it? Because it's not like it's going to have any issues getting there at all. I mean, look at this. Very minor body damage. We got it in low plus now, and it's just walking. I mean, we're kind of having a little bit of an issue on some loose rocks, but other than that, I mean, it literally just cruises. It 100% just freaking cruises up this trail. And if you ever had to worry about this thing in a scenario, you would be pretty, like, you'd be pretty screwed already. I mean, you'd be in a really bad spot if you were in an area that this thing could not deal with, because I can't think of any scenario on TNB trails, aside from maybe the really gnarly swamp, that this thing couldn't handle. I mean, it just rolls out like it's not even a thing. Whoa! Can't quite go into high. Yep, there we go. Nope. Yeah, can't quite go into high on that one. And I feel like that's probably fairly realistic, actually, considering the fact that we do have the vanilla power engine. I mean, with the realistic engine in this thing, you probably would stall out if you tried, you know, basically just shifting it into high on a grade that was that steep. you probably wouldn't be going any further. Now, if you guys have any other vehicles that you would like to see me do a random build and trail challenge with in SnowRunner, let me know in the comment section down below, because I feel like this could be really, really fun, and there's all sorts of different rigs that we could try it with. So if that is something that you would like to see, once again, let me know in the comment section down below. And as for me, I'm gonna keep on wheeling this thing because it's genuinely a blast, and I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to once again let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.